People love to make fun of Ash, saying he's an awful trainer compared to Red. Well, there's no doubt that Red is definitely a better battler than Ash, with Red having possibly the most impressive battling record, defeating the Elite Four, defeating his rival, and even becoming the champion. Ash has lost many times, including having a losing record to almost all of his rivals, and never beating any of the leagues, not including the Orange Islands or the Battle Frontier. But even though in most cases Ash definitely isn't the smartest of battlers, there's no denying he has some pretty strong Pokemon. So I thought it'd be fun to take a look at all of Ash's Pokemon and try and figure out which exactly is Ash's best Pokemon. So what do I mean by best Pokemon? Am I going to try and figure out which of Ash's Pokemon is the highest level? Which one has the most impressive win in the anime? Which one has the most firepower? Well, I'm definitely not going to attempt to try and guess any of Ash's Pokemon's levels, aside from Pikachu, which has to be level 100 by now. So I'm going to try and figure out which of Ash's Pokemon not only can dish out the most damage, but which one can take a hit well, look at how impressive they've been in battle, as well as any special niches the Pokemon might have. For example, Ash's Swellow for some strange reason can take electric attacks very well.
I can't believe that worked!
They're using thunder as armor!
Now, give me a big hug! Well, Swallow, you sure learned how to absorb electricity.
Which is bullshit. However, it's never shown off anything else that's been that impressive. Ash also happens to have a shiny Noctowl, in Gen 2 as well, lucky f***er. But aside from the colour, there isn't really anything else that's too impressive about Ash's Noctowl. So looking through each of Ash's Pokemon he currently has in the anime, whether they be in his party or at Oak's lab, I've come up with 4 of Ash's Pokemon that I think most people will put in the running to be crowned best Pokemon owned by Ash Ketchum. So let's take a look at each of them individually. First we have Ash's very first Pokemon, Pikachu. Of course, if we were to guess which of Ash's Pokemon is the highest level, or which one is level 100, most people would just say Pikachu. Pikachu is the only member of Ash's team that has been with Ash since his journey started, and hasn't left his team since. Pikachu is also shown to be pretty damn powerful for a Pikachu, especially one that's not holding a light ball. It knows strong moves like Iron Tail, Volt Tackle, and has been able to take out multiple Pokemon with just one move. But Pikachu's most impressive feats are the level of opponents Pikachu has managed to take down. Pikachu has managed to feint a fully grown Dragonite, a Regice, and even a Latios. Yes, I know Pikachu fainted as well, but Pikachu took that Latios down with it. But in my opinion, Pikachu's biggest achievement is having a Thunderbolt that's so powerful, it's even able to feint ground types.
What? What the fuck? The fucking bullshit!
Yes, that's right. Ash's Pikachu has managed to feint ground types with electric moves. Has Red's Pikachu ever been able to do that? No? I didn't think so. However, even though Pikachu has some impressive feats under its belt, it also has quite a few not so impressive losses. Whatever Pikachu's power is in the anime, it's extremely inconsistent. I mean, what level do you think this Pikachu is anyway? Well, since Pikachu won Ash the Orange Islands by taking down a full-grown Dragonite, we can assume at this point it was a pretty high number. I mean, the Orange Islands way before his travels through Hoenn, so you'd think that Pikachu would be even stronger during the 4th and the 5th generation of the anime, especially being able to defeat a Regice by itself, and then even stronger Pokemon during the Sinnoh League. So given the level of Pikachu's opponents, what the hell would a level 5 Snivy with absolutely no battling experience
And remember, this is Snivy's first battle.
be compared to what looks like a level 100 Pikachu? I mean, come on, not even the hacks gods could help Snivy out with this one. What the f***? Pikachu was fainted by a level 5 Pokemon. A Pokemon that has never battled before, and Pikachu lost badly. Either Ash's Pikachu just absolutely sucks, or... No, Ash's Pikachu just sucks. There is absolutely no excuse. And don't give me the excuse of, oh, Pikachu was sick. Pikachu hit that Snivy with a quick attack. Given the difference in level and experience, Pikachu should have hit that Snivy with so much force, it should have broke all the bones in Snivy's body. Also, Pikachu is only hit by a couple of moves from a level 5 Pokemon. What, Leaf Tornado is so powerful that it knocked out Pikachu? Now that you think about it, it shouldn't really be that surprising that move knocks out Pikachu, considering that Pikachu has fainted to moves that literally do no damage.
Onyx Screech Attack!
You know what, I take back what I said about Red's Pikachu. Ash, your Pikachu sucks. Alright, enough about Pikachu. Let's move on to Ash's original powerhouse, and possibly one of the main reasons that you picked Charmander as your first Pokemon, Ash's Charizard. You could also argue that Ash's Charizard is possibly level 100, since it spent a lot of time training in the Charizard valleys while Ash was on his journey, and Charizard has also shown its share of power, by defeating Gary's Blastoise, holding its own against Irish Dragonite, which Charizard actually had the lead in that battle until N stopped it, and also defeating a legendary Pokemon, being Articuno. But like Pikachu, Charizard has also been hurt by moves that shouldn't even be effective against it.
Golem, use magnitude!
Golem's Magnitude sends out Shockwave! The power of a Magnitude is never the same, but this one looks pretty powerful!
As well as losing battles that it should have otherwise won, or lost a battle that another one of Ash's Pokemon would have managed to win, like losing to Harrison's Blaziken, even though Charizard did have the type advantage. And this was after Charizard beat Gary's Blastoise. And once again, Charizard lost to Brandon's Dusclops. That was hurting Charizard with Will-O-Wisp.
But the battle's not over! Dusclops! Will-O-Wisp! Dusclops!
A move that not only cannot burn fire types, but does 0 damage. Up next we have Ash's Hoenn powerhouse, Sceptile. Even though Sceptile doesn't have as many notable battles as Pikachu or Charizard, Sceptile has arguably the most notable win in the anime, which is the main reason why people would consider Sceptile to be Ash's best Pokemon. In the Sinnoh League, Ash's top 4 match was against the trainer called Tobias, who had a frickin' Darkrai. How the hell did he get that? No idea. And what's most impressive, that Darkrai is in a Pokeball. He caught Darkrai in a freaking Pokeball. What a badass. Prior to this match, Tobias Darkrai had not lost a single battle, and it looked like Darkrai's win streak was going to continue as it was sweeping through Ash's team, until Ash sent out Sceptile.
Darkrai is unable to battle! Sceptile wins!
That's right. Sceptile remains the only Pokemon we've seen to overcome Tobias Darkrai. And then Sceptile instantly lost to Tobias Latios, but it still beat Darkrai! Sceptile also held a well-fought battle against May's Blaziken, and even some other battles where it showed its strength, even when it was still a Grovyle. So you could argue that Ash's Sceptile had the most impressive victory out of Ash's Pokemon, but the main problem is, again, that was only one very notable victory. Sceptile's strength isn't shown as much as Ash's other Pokemon mentioned. Finally, we have Ash's Infernape. In terms of raw power, Infernape might be number 1 in this stats. Before Ash owned Infernape, it was a Chimchar that was caught and trained by Paul. Paul only decided to catch and train Chimchar because of the potential Chimchar had. Sadly, Paul was pretty unsatisfied that he couldn't get Chimchar to do everything that he wanted, so he ended up releasing it, which is why Ash decided to take Chimchar in. During its time with Ash, Chimchar, or depending on what evolution stage it was at, either Monferno or Infernape, would usually have outbursts of rage, which was likely its Blaze ability. And this ability has led Infernape to having extremely fierce attacks, with victories over Paul's Ursaring before it evolved into Infernape. Twice. But probably most impressively, Infernape was Ash's star Pokemon in arguably the best Pokemon battle in the anime. Ash took out a good chunk of Paul's team, including Paul's Electivire.
Alright, Infernape! Time to show Paul just how strong you are!
However, even though Infernape has shown to be extremely powerful, like Ash's other Pokemon, Infernape has had its share of losses, having a pretty bad loss to Flint's more experienced Infernape. Also, unlike Pikachu, Charizard and Sceptile, Infernape hasn't beaten a legendary Pokemon. Now, even though these 4 of Ash's Pokemon have arguably the most notable victories and display of power in the anime, Ash still has other Pokemon worth mentioning, like Ash's Squirtle, his Bulbasaur, Gliscor, Crocodile, and who could forget, Muck. And having looked through all of Ash's Pokemon, I think I have finally found an answer. So, who is Ash's best Pokemon? Well, none other than... Snorlax! Now before any of you click off this video, or dislike or comment that Snorlax is a stupid choice, please hear me out. Let's take a look at the battle that shows that Ash's Snorlax is his best Pokemon. In the episode Wheel of Frontier, Ash faces off against the fighting type Frontier Brain. His Grovyle lost pretty badly to a Hariyama, so Ash had the genius strategy of using a Pokemon that's weak to fighting moves, Snorlax. Snorlax then goes on to somehow live what looks like 1,000 focus punches and high jump kicks, two of the most powerful fighting moves in the game. I mean, have you seen Snorlax's physical defense? It's ass! However, what makes Snorlax Ash's best Pokemon is its moveset. So, let's see what Ash's genius idea of a moveset was for Snorlax to take on the fighting type Frontier Brain.
Snorlax, use Protect!
Alright, Protect, not bad. That works great against all the high jump kicks, and would allow Ash to scout out any moves.
Dodge, then Headbutt!
Headbutt, okay, not the worst attacking move to have. I mean, Zen Headbutt would have made more sense, or at least something like Body Slam, which has the chance of paralyzing the opponent. But I guess Headbutt could flinch the opponent, even though Zen Headbutt could also flinch the opponent.
Use your Ice Punch!
Okay, possible freeze chance. I mean, it's only 10%, but you know Ash, he's full of silly strategies.
Quick, Snorlax, Hyper Beam, go!
You know what, I'm starting to forget why I picked Snorlax as Ash's strongest Pokemon. I mean, yes, Snorlax survived a barrage of fighting attacks, but come on, this moveset is f***ing trash! Especially against two fighting Pokemon. I mean, come on Ash, you could have thought something better! You have 4 move slots, it can't be that hard to—
Snorlax, rest!
Wait, what? Rest? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy sh**! 5 moves? Ash's Snorlax knows 5 moves. Does this mean Ash's Snorlax is more intelligent than a 5,000 IQ Alakazam? How the hell did Ash teach Snorlax a 5th move? Wow, Ash's Snorlax is really something special. Does this mean Snorlax is Ash's best Pokemon? I mean, I think the only thing that will be even more impressive is if Snorlax by some miracle knew a 6th move. But that would mean Snorlax would have to be some sort of Pokemon god.
Body Slam, go!
Holy fuck, it does no Body Slam! You've got to be shitting me! 6 moves? Ash's Snorlax knows 6 moves. Wait, do you know what this means? Ash has found the secret to teaching a Pokemon not 5, but 6 moves. But none of Ash's other Pokemon know 6 moves. So that must mean Ash's Snorlax is the chosen one. No wonder it was impossible to faint. That's right, move over Helix Fossil. Our real lord and savior is Ash's frickin' Snorlax. Oh hey there Arceus, those stats look pretty impressive, but can you learn 6 moves? I didn't think so. Oh hey Red. Oh, what do you want? Your Pokemon look pretty strong. Well yeah, of course they do. I'm the league champion. You haven't even reached the Elite 4. Oh yeah? Well have you ever managed to teach a Pokemon more than 4 moves? Pfft, are you an idiot? That's impossible, dumbass. If you're able to teach a Pokemon more than 4 moves, you'd have to be the greatest trainer of all time.
Protect! Headbutt! Ice Punch! Hyper Beam! Rest!
Body Slam!
I think the evidence is very clear. You may say, oh, Pikachu fainted a ground-type Pokemon with an electric move. Who cares? Other Pokemon have done that before, like Paul's Electabuzz. Or even Brock's Krogunk before he caught it, fainting a Steel-type Pokemon with a poison move. Let's face it, Ash's Snorlax has achieved something that no other Pokemon has ever achieved, and probably ever will. I mean, anyone can beat a legendary, or even catch a legendary Pokemon. Almost anyone can feint a Pokemon with a move that they shouldn't be able to feint it with. But can any Pokemon learn more than 4 moves? No. Ash's Snorlax has done the impossible. Twice. A 5th move? Sure, that's pretty cool. But 6 moves. Like I said, you'd have to be some sort of Pokemon god to be able to do that. And that is why Ash's best Pokemon is Snorlax. This has been the Aura Guardian, and until next time, thank you very much for watching.